What's going on, y'all? If you are new to my channel, my name is mostlydarius, and for those who are returning, thank you for watching and clicking this video. I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all before I go for a walk real quick. I got a few things I gotta say about some stuff that's happening in reality TV land. Y'all know I love my Housewives and my Bravo TV shows and all that stuff. So before I get into everything, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter at mostlydarius and at the discussion. And I got three things that we're going to talk about today. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on them because I do got to go and hurry up and get something to eat as well. That's why I'm really trying to hurry up and go outside. But I got some stuff that's going on in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we got some stuff happening in Real Housewives of Miami. Not sure how I feel about it. I guess we could get started by talking about the Salt Lake City stuff first. So, according to the blast.com, Andy Cohen admits he never wants to see Jen Shah again as prison release date draws closer. So, for those of you who don't know who Jen Shah is a cast member. Well, she was a cast member of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Um, so when I saw the video, I saw a couple pages post them on Instagram, but the video looked like somebody snuck and record Andy. But they out there now, like everybody's posting them. So I guess they just I don't know. But I heard the person that recorded the video that like that wasn't supposed to get out there because it wasn't like on live TV. And it was like behind his back or something. This is all alleged. I don't know. But what's not alleged is this did come out of his mouth. So, based on a behind the scenes clip of Cohen at his talk show, Watch What Happens Live, the Real Housewives executive producer wants nothing to do with Shah, who was arrested while filming season 2 of the show and later sentenced to nearly 7 years in prison. Cohen's comments come as Jen Shah's prison days continues to get pushed up, sparking many conversations about whether she could be involved with the series moving forward. A social media user posted the moment that Cohen told his live studio audience that he never wants to see Shah again, seemingly confirming that the now in prison reality star won't be returning to the dramatic series once she's released from behind bars. Fans were ecstatic about the news, praising Cohen and the Bravo network for standing firm in their decision. Basically, everybody was cheering. I don't gotta read the rest of this for y'all to get where this is going. So, basically, for y'all who don't watch Salt Lake City, which y'all should, it's a really good show. Jen Shah was arrested for something she was doing. Like she basically was stealing. She allegedly was in some stuff that they was stealing like this whole operation of just old people's money and like people's retirement savings and all type of stuff to like fund a lavish lifestyle. That's kind of like how she got casted. Like she had a lavish lifestyle. Um, but do we want Jen Shah back on the show? Well, first of all, I think Andy or Bravo was trying. This is just all alleged. This is what I heard. I don't know how true this is, but I heard they were trying to do like a special with Jen Shah's husband Sharif to basically, I guess, see like where his head was at, or like they wanted him to film without her. And I think Jen was like going off on Bravo at one point. If I'm not mistaken, y'all, I gotta make sure I got my stuff right. But I don't think that her and Bravo are in good standing. I mean, she's gonna say, or her manager or assistant, whoever's coming out saying this stuff is gonna say like, oh, it's all good. But I don't think everything's all good in Bravo land with Jen Shah, honestly. And to the people saying that they don't want her on the show, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Like Bravo fans, y'all be confusing me sometimes. Y'all be confusing me sometimes because I just feel like at the end of the day, like I'm not saying Jen Shah is right or wrong about doing what she did because what she did was wrong. There's no question about what she did was wrong. Like her being involved in it was wrong. But I think that y'all try to stand on this moral high ground sometimes for me that I just who are y'all trying to impress? I don't know. So I don't know. But it's interesting for me to hear from Andy that he doesn't ever want to see her again. Like that's a lot. I mean, that's very strong. But okay. So yeah, it says, however, Shah seems unbothered by the reaction as her management team shared a message to her Instagram stories revealing that she has moved on. A respectful conversation has been already had with Bravo behind the scenes, and there are no hard feelings, the statement read. So yeah, like Jen Shah, I don't know. I don't know. Her time just keeps ticking down. I feel like Jen Shah was supposed to get out like 2028 or some shit like that. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, at the end of the day, if there is room for certain people on reality TV, I know Jen Shah did some horrible things, but she's doing the crime for her time, But damn, Jen Shah, I don't know. I can't defend you because at the same time, like, I'm just thinking about what if that was my mother and her retirement stuff got stolen? Like, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I mean, I gotta ask y'all: do we give people second chances or no? You know what I'm saying? Like, what she did was wrong, but do we forgive her or do we not forgive her? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's what it comes down to. Like, what should Jen Shah do? Well, I guess I don't know, cause some of y'all, some of y'all might feel like she could ride away forever, but some of y'all might feel like, you know what, she's did her time for it. She had to sit away for it, whatever. But like, my question is like, how do all of those families get all of their money back and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a very tricky situation, but Salt Lake City, the premiere of Salt Lake City season 6 just came on. I'm gonna do a video about that too. But yeah, I just had to talk about the Jen Shah thing. Like Andy saying he never wants to see her again is kind of crazy. But a lot of people be saying they want to see Monica. I would be here for Monica coming too, but I just like you can't have Monica without having Jen because the root of Monica being there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot to say about Salt Lake City, so I'll save that for the video I have about them. So we can move on to the next story. So this is according to realityblurb.com. Real Housewives of Miami season 8 will include these 5 cast members as 4 others remain on the bubble. What the fuck is the bubble? With at least 2 expected to be fired. Now Miami has been having an interesting season. I will give them that. I just feel like Miami is very slept on. I feel like everybody sees the everybody sees the ratings come out for Miami and it's always a joke and hee ha ha ha. But everything Miami has is what y'all ask for when it comes to Housewives. So I don't understand how y'all are not watching it. We talking about money. We talking about friendships that have lasted for years. We talking about drama. We talk about dramatics. Like, I mean, I don't know what y'all want me to do. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Like, I don't know what y'all want. Like, what the this is what I'm saying about Bravo fans confuse me sometimes, but as the Real Housewives of Miami 7th season nears its end, dang, 7 seasons? Oh wow, we're 7 seasons in. News about what the series' upcoming 8th season may look like has been shared. While there are still a couple more episodes before the reunion begins, it has been alleged that only 5 members of the current cast have been secured for the new episodes, while 4 others are up in the air, with at least 2 of the women potentially getting fired. Why are we coming like that, bro? Yo, why are we coming like that, bro? Wait, actually, hold on. I know why we doing that. I know why we doing that. Honestly, my prediction before I even look at who they have staying, Adriana has to probably gonna go. Julia might be leaving. I feel like I feel like Gertie and Kiki might be leaving too for some reason, and I feel like they're gonna keep the OGs. They're gonna keep Marisol, Alexia, Larsa, and they're gonna keep Stephanie. I think they're gonna try to do those 4, and I think the other ones are gonna go. They said 5 though. 5 are staying. So maybe Kiki or Gertie might be staying. I don't know. Let me read it. Let me read it. I'm trying to do educated guesses with y'all right now, but it might not even be like that. As of now, Alexia, Larsa, Lisa. Oh, I forgot about Lisa. How can we forget about Lisa? It's literally the Lisa show. Every time we turn around, we're talking about Lisa. As of now, Alexia, Larsa, Lisa, Stephanie, and Marisol are essentially locked in. I knew it. That just sounds so like Bravo to do some or be whoever it is in charge of hiring and firing. I don't know if it's. I think is it production. I don't know, but that sounds like something they would do. But wait a minute, the others, Gertie, Julia, Adriana, and Kiki are considered on the bubble. Wow, really? We gonna take the 2 black girls? Are we gonna take Gertie out and we gonna take out Kiki for what? Why are we taking? You know what? I'm not mad. I am mad, but at least they taking Julia out and Adriana too. Yeah, I'm over Julia and Adriana. I can't. I can't. They could keep them off the show. Honestly. Especially Adriana. Like I don't know how I feel about that. Like Adriana is not a dumb girl. Okay, she's very smart. That's why she knew to say she didn't say ratchet and she said wretched. I'm gonna choose to let that rock and whatever because I definitely feel like she said ratchet. But I'm gonna take your word for it, Adriana, because I don't know you to be a weirdo like that. But I don't know, man. It's just looking a little bit off for me. A lot of the stuff that's going on in Miami is just looking a little bit off. But um, why are they without contracts though? I don't know why to produce. Wow. So it's likely that 2 of the 4 won't be back. The rest of the lineup, including new additions or potential returnees, remain undecided. So this update only applies to the existing cast. Wait a minute. Including new additions or potential returnees. Oh, okay. So only 2 out of those 4. So they must be getting rid of Adriana and Julia then. That's my only thing that I could see. Because Gertie and Kiki, why are we getting rid of them? Like, I don't understand what we getting rid of them for. Julia freaking threw a drink at Gertie. Like, bro, I'm not standing for that. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. Like, how are y'all allowing Julia to just throw a drink at Gertie? The ladies already act like Gertie is also just, so extra. And one thing that happened this season was when Gertie was defending herself against Julia and stuff, the ladies were acting like she was just doing too much, doing too much. And even Kiki at times was like, oh, the ladies they just feel like you doing too much. The ladies just feel like you're doing too much. As opposed to like going and defending Gertie to the ladies, like, maybe she's not doing too much. Like, you don't understand how that looks for somebody like Julia to throw a drink in her face. Like, no. Kiki is going and telling, Gertie, like, oh, they think you do too much, as if Gertie doesn't already know that. But now we got Adriana calling her ratchet or wretched, whatever she want to act like she called her, and now Kiki is getting it too. Now we see. But I ain't gonna do my sister like that. But I'm just saying, get it together, y'all. But they saying 2 out of the 4 staying, so Julia and Adriana, y'all can go, especially because Martina has Martina has been saying some stuff online that I really wonder how that's going to be taken at the reunion. Miami's going to have a bomb reunion, though. That's what I'm telling y'all. The drama in Miami is always popping. It's always popping. But we're going to get to the last thing that I want to talk about today, and that is something I got from Mr. Housewives on Instagram. It says, fans drag Kenya Moore for turning Real Housewives of Atlanta T into a YouTube blogging gig. Since her termination of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya has turned to YouTube as her new hustle. On her channel, Life Twirls On, she dishes behind the scenes tea from current season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 17 is being filmed now. Before cameras even rolled, she spilled that K. Michelle and Pinky Cole were joining the cast, a major leak that thrilled fans at the time. But as her show continues, it's clear that her main content is exposing production secrets. Interesting. Interesting. So fans are dragging Kenya. Apparently, the fans are dragging Kenya. Now, how do I feel about it? I do feel like, I'm not mad that Kenya has her little YouTube channel, whatever the case. Like, everybody got that little YouTube channel. I got my YouTube channel. Like, everybody out here trying to do what they got to do. And, we talk about these things on a regular anyway, so why not, monetize it, right? Whatever, easy bag. So, ain't mad at Kenya for doing that. All the housewives do it. I think that it just becomes a thing where it's like, why are you going and telling everything that's happening on, like, I don't know, but I can't even be mad at Kenya because people do it all the time. People do it all the time. So I'm not really mad. I do feel like Kenya is doing it a little bit out of spite because we don't know where her position stands on with the show. Am I mad about her doing it? Yes, but also no, because it's giving us something to talk about, and why not? I'm used to people talking about the show whenever it's not airing. I don't know if Kenya is one of those Lisa Rinna type of people. If you don't know who Lisa Rinna is, she's from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know if Kenya is like Lisa, where she just releases a whole bunch of information unprovoked, like how people used to say Lisa would do. Because I never really known Kenya to do it, but maybe it's feeling different because she's off the show. I don't know. I don't know. How do I feel about it? I feel like, I don't know. Kenya, do what you got to do. I don't know. It is sad how Kenya got kicked off the show like that, but I do feel like, life throws on. Like life twirls on, like she said. So hey, it is what it is, baby girl. I don't know. I just hope that she finds her way back onto Bravo one way or another. But also, I think that what she did or what they said she did, it was pretty nasty. But also, I don't know. Like we gotta pick and choose what we think and don't think is nasty because I just feel like Bravo. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like ever since that whole Bethany thing happened and then all of these lawsuits that are going on, like Bravo is trying to keep it real cute. Which is why I feel like they're also, to go back to the stuff that's happening in Real Housewives of Miami, that's why I also feel like they're getting those 4 people that I mentioned are being considered. Because if you think about it, they're bringing up sensitive things and topics like race. Like for Adriana to call Kiki ratchet, that's obviously something that's racially insensitive. And for Gertie to have been assaulted or for the drink to be thrown in her face by Julia, that's something that a lot of people would look like that's racially insensitive. Because if Gertie would have got up and she would have possibly throw a drink back at her, or they would have gone to a physical fight or whatever, because they did get into a physical altercation because the drink was thrown on her face. But if she would have gone to a fight, it would have just been, how would that have looked? How would that, I don't think that Bravo is trying to do that. But also, y'all want reality, and I always come down here and tell y'all the root word of reality is real. And in real life, these are the things that are happening to people out here. So I don't know, but y'all let me know what y'all think about these things that's going on with these girls on these shows. Do y'all want to see Jen Shah back on Salt Lake City? I know I do. I think everybody that wants a good TV show does, but they've been doing good in Salt Lake City without Jen Shah. So is she needed? Why go dark if we don't have to type shit? So I get that. How do y'all feel about Kenya Moore doing her YouTube tip? Do y'all think that is lame of her to expose production secrets? And then also tell me how y'all feel about this Real Housewives of Miami casting. Like, I don't understand what they have going on over there, but I think it is time for a refresher at Miami. I will say I do think it is a little bit of a time for a refresher because it's getting a little dull. Like I'm tired of, even Adriana and Marisol are trying to patch it up. But I don't know, Adriana, you looking like you want the nice boo because Wretched and Ratchet, that's a close one. But Julia definitely got to go. Julia definitely got to go. Julia, I don't know if Julia heard the critics saying she wasn't giving enough, but I don't think you give enough by doing what you're doing, throwing the drinks and all that. Like, let's be real. What you did to Gertie, you was being fake. You was being phony. You was. I feel like there's better ways to go about situations, but again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like the video, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And thank you for watching. See y'all in the next one. Bye bye.